Hello everybody. So, today I had an interesting thought. So, this is going to be a Scrapman kind of video because, Scrapman and sound barriers in this game. Anyways, so what I'm wanting to do is build a swing that swings really fast in a 360. Would that wouldn't really be a 360, a vertical 360. Anyways, and then launch you. I want to see how possibly fast we could get with this. This one might be a little bit of a simple one, but, it was just a cool idea. So, I guess without further ado, let's get into it. So, first thing we're going to want is the actual swing itself. And we want a long, how many blocks is that? I want it to be equal as possible. Okay, there we go. So we want our swing to be really long, because if you don't know, the closer it is to the spinning point, the slower it's going to spin. The further away, the faster it spins. So, what I'm kind of thinking so far is I want to try and do it without the help of servos and just use servos as like a loose joint more so than servos. So, infinity strength is 0. Okay. That should be good. Now grab this. Yes, sir. No controls. Yes, sir. We're gonna need anchor pins. One way I've found useful is a mixture of weights and what's it called? Anchor pins seem to be quite useful in making a stable, stationary build. We need this part to be clear if possible, though. Unconnected parts. Right, that's right. Okay, now let's get working on the part that's going to swing in a circle. We're gonna need probably a counterweight. Yeah, to keep it spinning. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I plan on just using pipe pieces because relatively they're really light. And, what's it called? They tend to, not that. They tend to, like, be more decent in aerodynamics than other blocks. Yeah, that's my bad. So what I plan on doing for spinning is some sort of propulsion. We'll just use a space thruster for now. Uh-oh. Forgot the anchor pins. Also, does anybody else find it kind of odd that the anchor pins, something that completely eliminates any movement once it's attached to something, is in the movement category? Is that just weird to me, or am I, like, I don't know. It's just odd, because it doesn't really make a lot of sense if you ask me. Okay. Is that, nah, but I want to turn back this way. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's actually quite stable. There may be a little bit of another warning because I do kind of want to try first person later on. Okay. Well, it definitely launches you. Not quite as far as I thought it would, though. So you know what that means? Let's add more thrust. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Resting. We completely went through the ground. The atoms lined up perfectly. Okay, let's see. Oh, there we go. And I guess I could still use the thrust too. But I'd like to not use that if possible. I may even make it disabled once you release. Oh wow. Yeah, that goes pretty far. But only 70 miles an hour. This isn't like the main goal. I just want to create something that can get like over in the hundreds by throwing you. But I do kind of want to break the sound barrier if possible. So let's see what great aerodynamics can do to us. This will also probably keep us a lot straighter in the air. Okay, now we look like a spike. I wonder if I could make this a weapon. For there's some way to aim with this thing. Wow, it seems a little faster. I need to look at the speedometer while I'm doing this. 165 to 164 with the aerodynamics. That in fact did not keep us straight. And I think I know why. Because all the weight is back here. Yikes. That would be a problem actually. Thrust does add a very unnecessary amount of weight. So, idea is I'm going to use this pipe piece, which doesn't get used very often, surprisingly. Although very useful in the situation you do use it. You mean it works any other time. But the one time I really want it to work, the copy function just doesn't flip at all. Anyways, so that should fix that problem. Let's just go back to flat ground. Okay. We actually seem a bit slower in the spinning, but it's only like a mile an hour slower. Okay. Interesting. I did it again. Let's try and go upwards this time. And there we go. We did not go upwards. There we go. Still not straight, but that did seem a little faster, potentially. Which thruster has the most power? Well, it would be... Y'all thinking what I'm thinking? Oh yeah, buddy. There's not enough ground clearance. So, instead what I'm gonna do is okay, and there we go. Now we have enough ground clearance. Kind of remind me of some kind of weird bird for some reason. Like kind of wings folded in or something. I didn't think about that. The thrusters, since it detaches, it's going to push on the seat itself. Last time I checked aerodynamics, trailing aerodynamics doesn't matter in this game, but that really looked like it did. I've never seen that happen before. Yeah, and what to do. Don't forget that there's also stuff I could put up here. This will be the first time in a while since I've used a angle sensor. Did I? Okay, so this will be like this. So we want it. I don't know how we cancel out its output after. Never mind, I think I know how to do it. But let's see. So the block spins, but this doesn't. This spins in the opposite direction, no matter what, right? No, the arrow spins. Okay. So that was actually right. That was right. So let's see. Yeah, that's like perfect actually. Just make it a bit thinner. Just like that. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. So, how do you make a timer? I've tried to do it with the accumulators, did not go well, but I'm gonna try it anyway. So, we want a maximum of, we'll say 10, a minimum of 0. Scale can just be 1, I guess. And then we want, wait a second, actually I have a better idea. So, what we could do with this extra space here, also to take up some arrow, or block some arrow, I guess, we could use a speed sensor. We're what at? Really quick. So once we make it to 64, okay. Okay, but then the angle sensor doesn't really get put into play though. Gonna stop? Is this an infinite loop? Did I accidentally create an infinite loop? I think I may have accidentally created an infinite loop with the weight. No, I didn't. Finally. Okay, there we go. So, we want this to be 164. And we want... So... We can't connect those. But I also can't use this unless I figure out some way to cancel out its first few outputs. Because here, let me show you. If I do the angle sensor, as soon as we spawn, it instantly detaches. So that's not gonna work. Let's see about the speed sensor. How about that? Wait, what? Did it not work? Maybe we need to set it to like 63 instead. Okay, there we go. Okay, set this to, let's just be safe and do 60. 62. There we go. Now let's see how this works. What? Whoa, what? Hold on, let's go into F5 really quick so we can see what's happening. So, yeah, it's just right there. Even though it's over the amount of speed I gave it to do. That one really makes no sense. That don't really make no sense. So let's do like 155. Let's try that then. What? Am I not understanding how the speed sensor works, or is the game bugged? I'm confused. Thank you. So I don't think that's gonna work. You know what? Actually, no, because it's still going moderately straight. I don't know. Oh well. So what we could do then is we could set this to 160. We'll just do that. And then we could have a OR logic gate maybe. You can't put anything into it though. No inputs. Can this connect? Okay. Okay. Let's see if this works then. No? I'm not understanding. Also, we gained a slight boost because of the better arrow there. What? I'm not understanding. Because, okay, let's see. So this speed sensor reaches that speed. I think the problem might be because we're not going in an actually straight line. Like, yeah, we're not going in a straight line, so it's not okay. I may have an idea, but it's going to take up a lot of space. And it's going to be hard to make aerodynamically efficient. No, that's not going to work either, actually. So, scrap the whole idea of that. Let's connect this into that. I didn't think about that. Okay, let's see. I wonder. Wait a second, I just had an idea. Wait a second. I wonder if this will work. If this works, I'll be so happy. I just had an idea. Okay, so if you don't know, in Trailmakers you can set a accumulator to use steps where it only goes like up like one amount at a time. It doesn't slowly fill up. So hold on. Let me cook now. Okay, let's do that. Let's just connect this really quick. Okay. I said okay. There, okay. So this is the accumulator. We'll say 5 times. So maximum of 5. Scale is 1. Use steps. Okay. Hear me out now. Okay. Then we use this. And this is pointing down, so anytime it passes over the ground, it'll detect it. Okay, so this needs to be like a 5. Okay. Okay. So, then we connect it to that. I don't know if that's working actually, but hold on. Wait, what did I hit? Okay, I think we're fine. But do y'all see the vision? So what I'm just kind of envisioning, this sees the ground 5 times, when it goes around, it sees it, sees it, sees it, sees it, and then sees it one last time, and then that'll trigger this, which will trigger these. So let me cook. Can't hook it directly, so what we're going to instead do is we're going to get rid of that, get an OR logic gate, because that seems to just fix all problems for some reason with this type of stuff. Hook it into there, hook this. Okay, so all of a sudden it can hook into the detachable blocks. Well, that was odd. But, continuing. So, what we're going to do is, let's see, will this work? It's not even full. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that the accumulator, as soon as it activates whatever it's hooked to. I wish it was just, once it reaches its full potential, or whatever, here, it activates. Not as soon as something's in it. An input. I don't understand. What use is the accumulator then? I don't understand. What? Oh. Just gonna... See that though? Look at what I'm saying. Why doesn't the accumulator activate when it's reached the full amount? Because what it's doing is, I'm pressing space right here. It's not full. It's not full yet. So I'm not understanding why it's doing that. This would be so useful for this though. This whole video is more so trying to figure out how to get an accumulator to work than the actual point of the video. I don't really know what to do then. I'm not really understanding that. If anybody knows how to use an accumulator in the comments, please let me know. Because I still don't understand. What if I hook it into something else instead of directly to the detachable blocks then? Get into this and hook it from these. Is that a... Okay. Wait, did I just... No, I didn't figure it out. I just forgot to put the logic gate. The new logic gate I just added. I forgot to hook it up to these. Will you please like show up? Why is it not hooking to those? Let me just get a new logic gate. Okay, so now you want to hook up to them. Why? Why? This to this. Wait, no. Yeah. Okay, we'll try it both ways, of course, but... Which makes arguable sense, but... Okay, no, this doesn't need to be connected. See, if this accumulator worked like what an accumulator, you would think accumulator would work. I'm gonna have to watch that official Flashbulb Games logic video again. Anyways, so this accumulator, it should be slowly going up every time we pass by, but it's not. And this is the same more here. But that just doesn't work. What's that? What's that? Hey. Man. Wait a second, I might understand this one. So what I think it does is it's got to. I think you set the number it's supposed to be, or like the threshold, I guess. And then once it reaches that threshold, it activates whatever it is. Okay, wait a second. Okay, there. Okay, threshold of 5, I guess. Okay. Comparison mode, less than, greater than, equals. Okay, let's do equals, because once this reaches 5, it'll be equal with the threshold of 5, I think. And, okay. Clamps the input between 1 and 1 now. Okay. I think I'm starting to understand a little bit. Wait a second. Wait, is it gonna work? It worked! It worked! This is a big accomplishment for me. There's probably some veteran like trailmakers players looking at me like, wow, it took you that long. But this is like a big accomplishment for me because I figured out logic. I used logic for once. I have 2 brain cells and they fight. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so happy about this, dude. Oh man, all it was the whole time it was just I was using the wrong logic. That was it the whole time. Now I just gotta yes. Now I just gotta get it where it's going off at the right time. Why did I say that like an Australian did? Like an Australian. At the right time. Okay, that's fine. So, I think all we gotta do to fix that is change this to 5.50. We'll say that. And then change this to 5.50. Oh, I'm so excited, dude. Okay, that's decent. I still like to not hit the ground. Okay, so let's move this up to 6 and this up to 6. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, no, that's worse. That's worse. So in that case, let's do 7. So, wait, will it be like a odd numbers is like better for this type of thing or something? I wonder. Whoa. We just need to work on aerodynamics, I think. And the way it releases. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a dang second. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something is right. What if we do 2? Okay. Interesting. Still don't know why the arrow up here is not working properly. Okay. You know what? Let's change it from a cone to like let's do normal arrow blocks. We'll do something like this. Okay. Do that. That should fix our aerodynamic problems. Because this is just going to cut through the air. Actually, I should probably do it a different way. I don't know, we'll try that. Because that's just going to cut us through the air and keep us straight, I think. They add trailing aerodynamics. That really looks like trailing aerodynamics is playing a part in that. Because look, like, it goes backwards and it doesn't turn. I know what we need. I know what we need. I know what we need. We need tail fins. Anything that flies and wants to stay stable and straight needs tail fins. Tail fins. Okay. Let's do that. And then this. And that. And that should work. That should keep us straighter now. Yeah, you see that? You see that? No, let's do like a missile style. Do opposites on here. Wonder if that would make us like spin or if we'll just not do anything. We're hitting the ground. I don't quite like that. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna flip this just like that. And do that. This would not be very aerodynamically efficient in real life, but in this game, you don't understand it. So, let's do that. Cancel out this arrow here. And then cancel out this here. Boom, just like that. So now we kind of have a little bit of lift in a way. That's much better. That's much better. That is much better, actually. We need more ground clearance, I think. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. We only went at 60 miles per hour, though. That's not great. Can you like sit upside down? Maybe? Maybe not. That's working great though. I just don't know how to get more speed is the thing. I was planning on this going at least 100 miles per hour. I think that's our new goal. Is try and get over 100 miles an hour. What could grant us more speed? In testing, I've realized something about propellers. They are incredibly good when you stack them for speed. This thing does not need propellers, but I'm doing it. I guess that works. It can't even detect the ground anymore. Oh, never mind, I know why. Because we're too high off the... What? I think we're too high off the ground for it to detect anything. And I'm pretty sure we blocked the sensor, so... Whoops. Well, it's definitely faster. But it's still using propulsion to do that, though. You know what, honestly, I'm just happy I got the logic, like, working like that. Because hold on, let's see how it works if we just let go once it detaches. About 60 miles an hour. It's really hard to launch something and it go really fast in this game. We got over 200 with this thing though. With that. Now I gotta try something though. Let's see how fast we can go off a big cliff or something like this. Oh, that's 300. Oh, come on. Come on. Yes! So it stops close around, it started slowing down at 300, it seemed. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with this. But I do have an idea. One very last idea that could possibly make us go, like, insanely fast. Or a lot faster than we were going. And that is simply lengthening the part that it's on. I forgot that toe fin, I guess. And there we go. We should have ground clearance. Yeah. That was good, actually, because I saw 100 before the propellers were, like, engaged fully. Wait a second, that's not the propellers either. We were going 100. Yes! That's all we needed to do. Holy crap. Yeah, look at that. We kept our speed. So, I've accomplished, like, the two things in this game. Or two things in this video. I've accomplished logic. And I've accomplished the whole idea of that. Because one of my main goals with this, if you remember from, like, the start of the video, I stated something about I want to at least get over 100 miles per hour. So, yeah. Wait a second. Let's look at the arrow. Okay, never mind. Oh, man. Yes. Oh, I'm really happy with this build, actually. This is really fun to just keep repeatedly throwing and throwing over again. So you know what we gotta do. Average trailmakers experience right there. The golden trailmakers experience. And somehow we don't launch any faster at all. Okay, well, I was hoping we'd be able to make it over the sound barrier and stuff, but I'll leave that one to Scrapman and all that if he ever thinks of doing this. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed building this. Anyways, see you guys later.